How often have you seen the baby who starts crying because you heard the other baby crying? Well, actually, when you imitate, you can actually even feel the same way. It also teaches how things work. So when you're doing with objects, what are you doing with the specific object? It can teach them how it works. And a lot of our friends, they will start learning imitation with objects first because they're so interested in that. It can help us learn language. So with babies, if they hear us go goo, 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 if they imitate that, it will add up into their repertoire of sounds, right? It also helps to learn nonverbal communication, so learning gestures and things like that. I always think of my daughter when she imitates me going, you know, when I'm upset. So she's learning postures and things like that from me. The last thing is that help us learn social rules. So if I see Robin speaking with Yolanda, and Yolanda's waiting for Robin to be done before she starts talking, I'm learning that you need to do that. That's a rule. So I'm going to imitate that when I start talking with someone. So it's one way of doing that as well. What's happening in ASD? So children are less inclined to imitate. It could be because of motivation. It can also be because of attention, of what we talked about before. If I'm not really paying attention to you because I'm focused on something, on a toy or on an object, I might not want to be looking at you to imitate you. So that's why you have to do all the other things we talked about, like taking center stage. So what are the things that we need to teach our kids to imitate? So we want to teach them how to imitate us doing things with objects. We want to teach them to do hand gestures and body and facial movements, things like that, imitating sounds, imitation games and the back and forth. So you know the beginnings of conversation. If I tap 2 blocks together, Robin taps 2 blocks together, I tap 2 blocks back. We're teaching them the back and forth. It can start with objects. It's as early as that. And then expanding on those actions. So maybe not learning a new imitation skills, but just learning to watch. So learning novel things, novel imitation actions. So Robin needs help to learn to imitate, right? Yeah, okay. So the best thing is usually to have more than one thing. So in my office, people are like, you have 2 xylophones? Yes, and I have 4 sticks with it, because it helps to teach imitation, because I'm not stealing the child's toy. So I have my own set, he has his own set. The other thing you can have is many similar things in a set. So many blocks, many cars, so that you have multiple things that you can do with. A lot of my friends like to hold 2 things. So I often have 3 or 4 of everything, because they like to have both hands busy, and then I lose mine, and where are we then, right? So I want to teach Robin to imitate, right? But the first thing, what did we learn today? Am I just going to jump in there and tell her what to do? No, I have to get her attention, right? So I'm going to watch what she's doing with it. She's tapping them together, so I might imitate her, right? So the first step is I'm going to imitate Robin so that she kind of likes what I'm doing. See, she likes it. Great. So I might vary then what we're doing. So I might go so harder. So you can do that to teach new imitation. So maybe she'll imitate me, the same action, but we're just like, whoo, you know, more. Or I might go and say, okay, I'm going to show her a new thing to do with this toy. Usually when I first start with the little ones, if you have a newly diagnosed kid or you're just starting, I'll pick something I've seen them do before, because then I'm more sure that they can actually do it. If I pick something that they've never done before, I'm actually going to have to show them how to do it on top of imitating me. So I'm usually going to try something. So I've seen her rub them before. Okay, sure. Thanks, Robin. She gave me an idea. So I've seen Robin rub things together before. But usually she does it on her own agenda. So she'll do it whenever she wants. She'll not do it when I want her to do it. So now you're still tapping now. You're back to tapping. But I want her to rub them together, right? So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna rub. She's watching me, but she's not doing it. I'm waiting expectantly for her to do it. She's not doing it. I'm gonna go in and help her. So I'm gonna prompt her in the behavioral terms. So I'm gonna and then woohoo, and gradually I'm gonna do more of that, let her do whatever she wants with it a little bit, and then try again, make more repetitions. So that's how I would teach a new imitation on object with a child. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an idea about that. Thanks, Robin.